How's it going, everybody? My name is Austin, and welcome to Path of Exile 2. And for today's video, I kind of just want to talk a little bit about Path of Exile 2's difficulty, because I've seen a lot of people on Reddit and on different videos talking about Path of Exile 2's difficulty and the game being too difficult. And I kind of wanted to give my 2 cents on it. So, a little bit of background. I started playing Diablo, more specifically Diablo 2 back in the day, and I just freaking had a blast with that game. Like, I loved Diablo 2 back in the day. So much so that I poured like hundreds, probably thousands of hours into the game. And when I heard that Path of Exile 2 was coming out, I definitely wanted to jump in, but being someone that, hasn't played Path of Exile 1 really, I didn't know how I was going to enjoy this game, but I am happy to report that I absolutely love this game. But that's a little bit of my background. So when I jumped into Path of Exile 2, one thing that was kind of surprising was that this game does not hold back on anything, really. This game is extremely gory, extremely dark, and I actually loved that because it kind of gave Diablo 2 vibes. Diablo 2 is known for being this dark, gory game. Like, this game is very heavily influenced on Diablo 2, and you can easily tell by just looking at the gameplay and, playing through the story or the campaign, really. Not the campaign, but the story. But, yeah, that's one thing I've noticed. And in terms of the difficulty, when I first started my warrior, as you can see, I'm playing as warrior on the screen right now. When I started playing through, Path of Exile with the warrior and everything, I have noticed that there was an extreme learning curve, especially when it came to just seeing how enemies work, because like I said, this game does not hold your hand whatsoever. And it is not afraid to throw a lot of things at you at once. But if you embrace the differences and the difficulty, I feel like this game can really shine in a lot of ways. Like, a lot of people are saying that the game doesn't really give you good rewards, and I understand that to a certain extent, but if you go back and watch the Path of Exile 2 announcement, they even made it clear that they didn't want this to be like Path of Exile 1, where, you get a bunch of great loot off the gate, and they wanted to take things slow and make it a slower paced game, make it where, you have to, basically slow down a little bit and just embrace the process, if you will. And I think that's where a lot of people are struggling with this game. Like, they immediately think that they're going to get like amazing loot right out of the gate, and that's just not how this game was built. The Grinding Gear games really wanted this game to, be a slower paced game where people, can get decent loot, as time progressed, most definitely. But they didn't want to just give everyone, the best loot out of the gate. And if you wanted that, this is not the game for you. But I will say that there are players in this game that are willing to, be generous enough to give you good loot. And I've had that happen with my Witch playthrough, actually. I had met someone that was helping me out with a certain boss that I was kind of struggling with, and then they wanted to give me like a bunch of good loot. And while it's fun in the moment, it kind of takes away the fun aspect of the game, just getting a bunch of great loot from the very beginning. And while I appreciate how generous and, nice this community is overall, I have basically told myself that for the warrior, I am not going to accept any great loot. I want to work hard for it myself, because that's part of the fun in these games. Like, getting like an awesome drop, that you worked for is more satisfying than someone just giving it to you overall. But Do I think the difficulty in this game is fair? Absolutely. Do I think it's too hard of a game? Not really. But I know, for different people that might be a different situation. But for me, coming from you know, my background of Diablo, I kind of, you know, I didn't really struggle too much with the difficulty just because I've played Diablo in the past and I kind of know my way around an ARPG. So while I do understand some points of view from different people, I don't think it's too hard of a game. But I just want to come on here and give my 2 cents on the difficulty of Path of Exile 2. And I would just want to say as well that this game is a whole lot of fun. If you are contemplating on supporting the devs for $30, because this game will be going free to play at some point, I don't know when, but if you want to support the devs and what they're doing, I say it's definitely worth the $30 because this game plays and feels fantastic in a lot of ways. And if you are looking for an ARPG that's, Diablo-esque or Diablo-like, I definitely recommend giving Path of Exile 2 a try because this game offers a lot of content for $30. And yeah, it's just a great game overall. But I just want to come on here and give my thoughts and opinions on the difficulty for Path of Exile 2. If you enjoyed this video, please drop a like and give your opinions too down in the comments below. But until then, guys, I will see you guys in my next video. Take care.